I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Let's get it on! Welcome back, everyone, to another fucking live stream. Here we fucking go to the little channel that could. That's what we're gonna be, the little channel that could. Welcome up. Hello, little lizards that are out there. Oh, the lizards that are there. Hello. And I saw Trad Life is first in the chat. My woman, there she is. Firsty, she says, move the black, the evil black mirror. Move that right here. There. That way the underworld can see what we're doing. Oh yeah, now all the fucking messages come in. This is how this works. This is how it is. So get the book. We have the book. Still have the book. Of course we have the book. Got the book. I don't know if we used it last stream or not. I don't think we did. So did we? Yeah, well we would have had to because we did the girlfriend game last Tuesday night. That was during the presidential election and when everyone and their fucking brother was streaming. So yeah, and I don't even know why I bother doing this on YouTube because YouTube's a waste of time. But we're there for the people that are there and watching. Hello, James Edwards. Well, I'll be a fancy chicken picker. Imagine that. Chugga 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 choo choo. Try life. I think I can. Country Dixie's in the chat. What's up, country? Let's see here. So it is not all heroes wear capes. Now I don't know if we're probably gonna have to change that. I've started calling it the Astral Citadel. It doesn't work for me at all. I don't like it. So we're gonna be changing the name of some sort. I don't know if I should. I kind of like leaving Thursdays for the Shadows of Scripture. That one I like. That one I like a lot. The Astral Citadel is actually where the Plaid Wizard lives. That it's a place, not a thing. It's not a name. And it's an important analogy that we'll be going through tonight as well. Where names of things and names of things that are places. It's gonna be a fun time. Gonna be interesting to say the least. So first in the chat, of course, is Trad. Life was first in the chat. And I think Slice Cube was I think that was Thursday night. Slice was that was the first Tuesday girlfriend game that we were playing. All right, so Trad Life. I don't know. We'll have to figure this out. Think up a name, people. Think up a name. Leave it in the comments for the replay. We're not doing bad. We're doing pretty good for as the channel is progressing. The views are going up, and that's good. People are watching. That's awesome. It's great to see. Most of them are replays, and there's a huge lag between. And StreamYards, I don't even bother looking at these numbers now because I have numbers on my end that I can look at to see how many people are watching. I'm just going to ignore it because it's complete bullshit. I don't know what the deal is with YouTube and StreamYard and Rumble. They all fight. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So, on with the show. Let's go. Now, I'm going to probably save the title opener for halftime. So that means we'll have to get through from now till halftime. So that's going to be tricky, but we'll get through. We'll motor through it, and I know how we'll start. We'll start off with my good friend and yours, the one, the only, Tommy Robinson. Let's talk about Tommy for a bit. Tommy's in jail right now. I think he's still in jail. I don't really follow it anymore because of the fucking clusterfuck that happened here in Canada with Tommy Robinson. Was not a good time. Was not a good time. He lost a lot of supporters here in Canada with his visit that he had here. Now, I was watching, I don't know what the fuck his name is, but I was watching this YouTuber, and he was filming, it wasn't specifically about Tommy per se, but it was about more along the lines of just the bullshit going on in England right now. Where the fuck did I put it? Yeah, inside the country that banned free speech. So this guy here, what's his name? Let's see here. It's Tyler Olivier. I'm sure you guys watch him. I'm sure you guys know who he is. I'm sure you guys have all watched this particular YouTube video. What I found fucking hilarious. So here's Tommy. He's walking around with Tommy Robinson, and he's in Luton. Now, for those of you who don't know, and you all should probably know that Tommy is originally from Luton, and that's where he started the English Defense League, and he was a copycat. There's been a lot of copycatting going on, but we'll talk about that in a bit as well. But it's a copycat of the Israeli Defense League, right? So here's Tommy. He makes up the English Defense League, and it blows up and whatever. This guy's got a fuck ton of support there. I was a little surprised at. Well, I'll show the protest of all the fucking people he had that came out for him. Now in Canada, I don't know how strong of a support system he has. It's a little grifty. He comes off a little grifty. I've always known it's a little bit cringe. The spotlight gets to you, the money gets to you, everything gets to you. But I mean, the message is still the same, right? And he's going hard on the Muslims. He's not even going after the Sikhs. He's not going after the Sikhs. He's not going after the Hindus. No, he's still going after the Muslims. And that when in 2019, when I joined, 2018, was it 2018? I think it was 2018 under my other handle I had. I went hard on the Muslims because I'm not Muslim, I'm Christian, and there's a feud there, right? And I got a lot of flack for it. I did. And the channel the name was growing, and I got a little, I'm like, oh, I don't know anyone. No one knows who the fuck I am. I'm all here alone, all alone in Canada. All my support's over in the UK, so I killed the channel. But I was one of these guys that followed him around. I followed Tommy around quite a bit. And it was, I don't know, it was just the hype of it and shit like that got to me, and I would just drop his name in a video and it would fucking explode. But not having a support system like I have now, I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm like, fuck this. I don't need to get on. Shit was going on with Dankula at the time. I'm like, fuck that, I'm out. So when I restarted this is why it was I was so thankful to Derek and Raging and Fairy and all the other guys who sort of brought me into the community, and now I have a nice support system where if I type 911, people, it'll get someone's attention. Someone will understand what the fuck's going on. But for Tommy, I mean, I was surprised at his support that he's got over there. But so now he's in this video. He's in this Islamic education center that now his claim is that the municipality had put that. Well, I guess it's in every town now, to convert the whole country into Islam. Because the majority of the population is Islamic. So what's Tommy's talking point through this whole thing? This is created just to turn people to Islam, blah, blah, blah. So he's talking to this kid. He's talking to this kid here. And he's talking to this kid about the Quran. And the kid doesn't have a fucking clue. doesn't know, acts like he doesn't have a clue of verses or where shit's found or nothing. He's kind of acting stupid. And so Tommy's like, oh, come back to, come out of there, because this is an English guy who grew up in Luton. And so anyway, Tommy's talking to him, trying to like uneducate him or reconvert him or some fucking thing. Whatever. Tommy gives up. He goes on his merry way. Watch this shit. This is funny as hell. So watch a little bit of it. Hold on. Where's the volume? Oh.
Now, after having this chat, Tommy and I dipped as we were concerned the local gangs might pull up and jump us given who Tommy was. But one of the journalists trailing us stayed behind and asked this guy why he converted in the first place.
So that is a true fact. Like Tommy's multiple death threats. He's like, it's like Jeremy in a way. But this is more way over the top, obviously. Obviously, because he has his life threatened, there was one time where they had doxed where his wife and kids were, and he had to take his wife and kids and move them, like jumping around the city and shit, because they were coming after him. And so it is a true fact that fuck yeah, they'd be all over him.
So basically the reasons were because my dad actually follows Tommy Robinson, and him hating Islam so much got me interested in Islam to find out why they hate Islam so much. Sorry. Yeah, Tommy's just turned up to the center, bro.
I can't get over that part. No, it's because my dad followed him. My dad followed him, and I got curious of why they hated Islam so much. So I looked into it naturally. And actually, I found something in here that I kind of like. Like what a fucking, it totally just absolutely derailed whatever point Tommy was trying to make to this kid during this whole fucking big, Tommy's going through the Quran and he's pointing shit out and blah, blah, blah. You gotta see this where he does this. This is just fucking, it's fucking wild as fuck when he's doing this, right?
I actually know anything about Islam.
Do you think that's true?
No, I do know a little bit, but obviously I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Student.
So you're a student, but you're not allowed to leave Islam now.
What would happen if you left Islam?
It's fucking crazy. Tommy's like fucking railing the kid during this whole time. Like Tommy's like schooling him. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then, oh yeah, no, I follow Islam because my dad follows Tommy. I'm like, oh my fuck, I can't deal. What a accurate. I don't know. What? It's just something that Tyler did that fucking kicked my knees out. I was like, holy fuck, buddy. Like I don't know. Is that to show that he's not biased, that he's balanced in a way? I was surprised to leave that footage in there and to say like it just absolutely derailed everything Tommy had to say. Everything. Look at the support Tommy's got though. This is pretty crazy.
Fortunate the world is in this space at the moment, but we have to.
They're all there for Tommy. This is crazy.
I think it's as simple as that.
Do you think the English people are being deprioritized over foreigners coming in and economic migrants and asylum seekers?
It's not like six. It's not six people showing. No, it's a lot. It's fucking at least a couple hundred, if not more. I don't. Maybe I don't know. It's a big crowd. It's not small. Look at this. This is all pro Tommy shit. Like. They're all like, our Tommy. You hear the crowd chanting, Tommy Robinson. It's a lot of fucking people. That's not small. I was like, holy shit. Like, damn. You're not going to see that go out there for me. Like, okay, then. That's a few people. So, what do you guys think of that stuff? I thought it was fucking hilarious. Where are we at here? Did anyone say anything? Yes, they did. Mud Turtle, my dude. Even Slipping Friends. What's up, Diaglon Space Force? Mud Turtle 705. Coming in hot. Rumble keeps fucking up for me. Damn it. Fucking Rumble. Get your shit together, Rumble. That sucks. Yeah, I don't know. So I saw that and I was like, that's quite a few people. I was surprised. I mean, I got nothing against Tommy as a person. I mean, he's, in my opinion, he's how to say this politely? Like when he did the gang shit, the Muslim rape gangs and grooming gangs, all that stuff. Good on him. I think money and fame, it gets to people though. It doesn't. It makes you act weird, and I think so. In my opinion, I think that's what happened to Tommy. I think it just went to his head a little bit, just a little bit. After the summertime with those riots, though, I think that's what kind of kicked him back into gear, because it's more of in the interview with Tyler, he was more lucent, would be the word. Lucent, more on point. The old Tommy Robinson we used to see. So maybe we got some good things going on over there. But like I said, I think it was Ireland that really shook the shit out of the world. In my opinion, that's what happened. Ireland, not Tommy. Tommy's just trying to. Everyone's trying to grab that energy. Like it fucked with in my opinion, it fucked with the Trudeau government. That's why the Trudeau government put a cap on the immigration and shut all the shit down. I believe so, because of what happened in Ireland. And I look at what happened like here with the convoy. The convoy spurred movements around the world and on the other side of the world. So it's like as if it jumps continents. Like something happens in one place and the other place goes, oh shit, and they react. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know. I know Canada is nowhere near where it needs to be anything like I said, I think Tommy Robinson is riding the coattails of what happened after the riot, and like they're blaming him for inciting the riots and shit. And that was ridiculous what happened over there. Absolutely ridiculous. So will we see that here in Canada? You know, it's a good question. Hey, DSF, I still have your camping chair. Who the fuck is? Oh, I'm sure he'll be on his way up to get it. I'm sure he'll jump on the next. He'll hit just half an hour. He'll be there in half an hour. A global collective behavior, yeah, but it seems to jump continents. It jumps country. Something happens in one country and it jumps. The movement jumps and affects the country over here in a different way. It's weird. It's just what I've been seeing. Or maybe you just don't notice it in your own country. You just don't notice the change in you just see it reverberate through the different countries. Well, the Western countries anyways. Not so much in Russia or like Belarus or I like Belarus. Maybe it's just the name. I just like saying the name Belarus. I don't know. Would you go there, Slip? I might consider it. I don't know. There's just something about it. Something about Belarus I like. It's weird. Strange. I did a little bit of I covered it a little bit, not too much. Just because it seemed to be a popular thing going on in those types of countries. That happened in Russia and happened in Belarus, where there was a YouTuber was running for office, and was in both countries. That happened in both countries. A YouTuber would be running for office, and they would put him in jail, and then the wife would take over, and then she would. I don't even know what the fuck. I think that was in that was the Russian one. I don't know what happened to that girl, the woman who was running. Was it Belarus? It was Belarus actually. It was Belarus. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a trend that I started to see pop up, as if YouTubers. Oh, I'm gonna win the election through YouTube. Interesting strategy. Didn't work out very well for them though. So I don't know if you could run for office through YouTube. It doesn't seem to be a popular method. Doesn't seem to work very well for you. So I don't know. Not my cup of tea, anyways. So yeah. Anyway, I thought that was cute. We have Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson. Weirdo. No, we're not going to go there yet. We are going to go to this pissed me off when I seen it. Did not like this. We have Ontario school played Palestinian protest song in Arabic as its Remembrance Day music. I don't know who else has talked about this, but I'm definitely going to dig into this a little bit. See what we can find here. They chose an Arabic song about peace for Gaza as the only song to play for Remembrance Day service, said a disappointed parent. I bet you were disappointed. An Ontario, it's in Ottawa, and Ottawa at that, played an Arabic language Palestinian protest song associated with fighting in Gaza as the soundtrack to its Remembrance Day presentation, causing outrage and distress from some students and parents. Students don't want to hear about. The song was the sole musical accompaniment to a slideshow of Canadian soldiers and words about peace shown in 3 Remembrance Day ceremonies for different age groups at Sir Robert Borden School on Monday, according to students and parents. It's far down. The musical selection was distracting and distressing to some of the audience, particularly the Jewish students, I bet, some of who complained to the principal afterwards. Principal Aaron Hobbs defended the selection during one of those meetings, saying it was chosen to bring diversity and inclusion to Remembrance Day that is usually only about a white guy who has done something related to the military. Quote, end quote. End fucking quote. What's his name? Aaron Hobbs. A white guy who's done something related to the military. I want to punch him through my screen. I do. If I could reach through my screen, grab him by the fucking throat, and give him a shot right in the fucking head, I would. I fucking would. Aaron Hobbs, eh? You don't say. Do you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be principal anymore. You should step down. That'd be a good idea. And move to wherever the fuck your ancestors are from. You should go there. That'd be a great idea. Aaron Hobbs. I think you should do that. I would definitely suggest doing that, Aaron Hobbs. Hours later, after Hobbs had a closed-door meeting, staff said the National Post tried to contact him. He sent an email to the school community apologizing. It has come to my attention that the inclusion of the song Hazza Salam in the program caused significant distress to some members of our school community. For this, I would like to offer my apologies, Hobbs said in the letter. We acknowledge that Remembrance Day is a solemn occasion where the focus should remain on honoring those who have sacrificed their lives for the freedoms we hold dear. The inclusion of a song that could be seen as politically charged was not in line with the values of respect and unity that we strive to uphold at the school, Hobbs said in his letter. Several parents who spoke to the National Post said they hardly believed that what song was selected for the school assemblies for students from grades 7 to 12. It's hard to believe I'm hearing this at an assembly in Canada for Remembrance Day, said a student who asked their name not to be published, not out of fear of administration, but from other students. It was weird. I was confused. What is this song saying? I bet. Not from administration. I don't give a fuck about teachers. The other fucking kids. It's the other kids. So it sounds like we need a conservative uprising right in that fucking school. That needs to happen. Find your tribe. It's like fucking prison now. You're sending your kids to prison. Might as well be. You got this Asian guy. My fucking kids grew up. I'm going to be talking about Hamilton. Trying to wait till after halftime as much as I can. But yeah, my kids grew up here and they went to school here. It's like sending your kids to fucking prison. Gangs and fucking drugs and oh yeah. It's fucking brutal. Fucking right, he's fucking terrified of it. Yeah, don't fucking ever reveal the kid's name. No one would allow a song in Hebrew to be played, even if it was called Shalom at a Canadian Remembrance Day. Fucking right we wouldn't. At least you know your fucking place. Several students used the phone app to identify the song and it took them to music platforms featuring artwork of Palestinian protests and additional songs by artists that seemed less focused on peace, the students said. No shit. The song was a Hazza Salam by Mahim Ahmed, according to the students. The title is often translated into English as This is Peace, and it appears to have been released less than 2 months after October 7th, 2023 terror attacks on Israel by Hamas. It has since become identified with Palestinian protests about Israel and the continuing war in Gaza, Online versions of the song have been made into videos showing montages of photos of casualties from Gaza, Palestinian protests, and artificial intelligence-derived images of combat scenes with explosives. Huh. Holy fuck. There's only one song. There were no other ethnic songs or other songs, just one. It was played 3 times, said a parent of a student at the school who asked not to be named. For the kids again, probably. They chose an Arabic song about peace for Gaza as the only song to play for a Remembrance Day service. Erica Phillips, who as a child enrolled at the school, said she was upset when she heard about the school Remembrance Day service. I have a great uncle who was in the war in the Air Force, and he was shot down over Italy and taken prisoner. This service took away from the events of the war. It took away from the sacrifices of my great uncle and others. I became very emotional, she said. This day is supposed to be about remembrance. When I think of everything my uncle went through and all still survived and went on to raise a family, my child got none of that at school today. I fucking bet. What they did wasn't not about that. It did not represent it at all. It ignored my great uncle's memory. It is not inclusive when you were excluding others, Phillips said. Is she wrong? What they did was another parent who is Jewish said the song is one in a long line of similar incidents at the school that makes students uncomfortable or fearful. Really? Seems to be a trend. Seems to be a bit of a trend there. Seems to be, is it all administration? Should we take a look at the teachers? Maybe we should take a look at the teachers. Maybe we'll just start checking ethnicity. Maybe we should start checking political values. It should be apolitical in the school. Neither left nor right. Apolitical. You know, someone who doesn't give a fuck about politics. Either way. That's what we need. They got to be like, again, just like cops. They should be just like cops. That's what they should. What's your political leaning? None. Don't care. These are the rules. Blah, blah, blah. You know, that's the way. Apolitical. Like, I have a lot of family members that are in higher ranking positions than I am. And yeah, they're like, don't care. Apolitical. No politics. No left, no right. Just mindless fucking drones, so to speak, when it comes to this stuff. Mindless drones. I don't care. I don't care what you look like. If you're breaking into a bank, I'm going to arrest you type shit. Like that type of apolitical type thinking is what we need for teachers. We don't, not these biased fuckers that are obviously in there. It's obviously biased. Obviously, it's not more little than little bias. It's more like a little bit more of a recruitment station. Looks like to me. Looks like it's a bit of a recruitment place. Maybe CSIS, instead of watching us and the RCMP and all the other little alphabet fucking agencies, why don't you look into shit like this? I hope you better have fucking eyes in there. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at us for. You better have eyes. You better be doing your fucking job and be looking into this. That's obviously a recruitment fucking place. If the links that the song is taking to it sounds like a grooming site. That and a fucking school, and this is the song you're gonna play on Remembrance Day. This is out of line. And now the Jews are complaining. They're like, yeah, this place is kind of, it's kind of slanted in one way, and it ain't the Canadian way. We're just saying, like, there's a problem here as well. We'd like to put in a formal complaint. I'll listen to them. I'm not going to ignore them. I'm like, oh, so you're exposing another problem. Oh, okay, that is a problem. If they're using our schools to recruit kids, we have a serious fucking problem. And we have to take the cues from everyone. You know, it's not just the fact that you're following the footprints. You know, you got to look for shit. You have to look for scat. You know, for broken branches. Does it look like an animal went through there? You know, is it mating season? What are the smells? You know, I'm not much of a hunter, but I'm just saying. I'm sure that's how you do it. There's other signs, you know, you have to look for so the Jews are kind of complaining. They're like, yo, over here, we'd like to issue a formal Section C complaint seems to be slanted in a particular direction. Us as Canadians have to look at that. Like, what are you doing in the school exactly? Why is this, when you follow the links to this song, it takes you to basically a grooming ground? It sounds like grooming to me. Definitely a fucking issue. I'm not happy about this at all. This is disgusting. No one would allow a song in Hebrew to be played. Of course not. Even if it was called Shalom at a Canadian Remembrance Day ceremony. Fucking right we wouldn't. It shouldn't have been a song in English or French or indigenous language. It should have been a song in English or French. Yeah, both of those. Or an indigenous language. I wouldn't have an issue with that. Well, yeah, indigenous? Which one? At least you have, all right, English and French. Standards. Fucking in Canada, standards. Oh, it's a song in French. Fine. I guess. I guess. But like, it's not like there wasn't, indigenous in the army. I'm just saying, like, an indigenous language, which one? Isn't there like fucking 15, 20? Or is there more than that? Like, I don't know. There's a lot. More than I know. Nothing distinct. I mean, if they wanted to rally together and just take all their languages and then form it into one language, I'd be cool with that. I wouldn't complain. Okay, you'd hear it, you're like, oh, that's the Indian language. That's cool. They got their own thing. Far out. Go team. But I think there's a lot of them, isn't there? Like, fuck. Back in the day, didn't they just use hand signals too? Like, two tribes would meet up on the path, like, oh yeah, what's up? And they had actually unified, bit of a unified sign language, if I remember correctly, from my grade school days. Couldn't we do something with that? I'm just saying, like, indigenous? Too many of them. How did Arabic become an official language in Canada? Not wrong. Something is wrong. Fucking right, there's something wrong. Something is wrong at the top, said the parent who asked not to be named publicly for the sake of their child. Oh, because you're not retarded. Although Hobbs disagreed the song was problematic, at a meeting he had with several students, he later changed his message. I bet he did. Recognized the song chosen, while intended to highlight themes of peace, also inadvertently caused more offense and discomfort to some students, and for that, regret her choice, Hobbs said in a letter to the school families. Lisa McLeod, member of the provincial parliament in the riding of Nepean, where Sir Robert Borden's school is just a kilometer down the road from her constituency offices, decried the school's assembly. She said that using the song did not follow the Royal Canadian Legion protocols and was distressing to Jewish students. Why does it have to follow Royal Canadian protocols? Royal Canadian Legion protocols. Why does it have to follow Canadian Legion? Why does it have to follow the Legion? Why does it have to follow the Legion? Are they in charge of Remembrance Day? I didn't think the Legion had. Why does the Legion have a say in what goes on Remembrance Day? Why does the Legion? Shut up, Legion. The fuck do you have to shut up? I'm not gonna listen to you. The fuck for? Do they have some? At what point were they the commanding people at November 11th? Were they the ones in charge, the Canadian Legion, or like how do they have anything to say on this specific fucking topic? As a Canadian, I'm fucking annoyed. It's annoying. I'm concerned. Is why I'm concerned about this school in general. Whoever is in charge, or this needs to be looked into. This is definitely a problem. There's definitely something. There's something going on in the back corners here. Is that him? No. Okay. I was gonna say, who the fuck? Oh, I'll look in a minute. Yeah, what? I don't understand that. No, this is. What are you doing? What's going on? What is this? The northern. What is this? What do you got going on here? 1 second. I'm going to save this. I'm going to send this to myself. That's what I'll do. I'm going to save it to myself. I'll send it to myself. That's what I'll do. Save it here. Do that. Okay, cool. Now we will get out of here. Anyway, bullshit. Where was I? I was going off about the Legion. McLeod said she spoke with the school board's director, Pino Buffoon, and shared my anger, disappointment, and honestly utter confusion on how Remembrance Day at a school whose name was Prime Minister in World War I would get this so wrong. I would love to see a picture of this fucking faggot. What's he look like? Well, that's my. What's this fucking faggot look like? Be my question. Unbelievable. Just fucking out fucking outrageous. Outrageous. Oh. Remembrance Day has forgotten its purpose, says Tessa Nickel. Outrageous. What's going on in that school? Looks like that sounds like a recruitment station. I think we have bigger problems to deal with other than the fucking Muslims. Sorry. Like, we got bigger problems. Like, it's still, that's on the back burner. That's on the back burner. Islam and all that nonsense, that's on the back burner. Like, that, we'll deal with that. I think that's a later, I don't know, man. Everything's sort of important. That can really sneak up on you, bite you in the ass. So we got to watch it. We do have to watch the Islamic recruiters that are out there. It says the Christian. Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm slightly biased. I am slightly biased. That is a fact. I'm not going to say it's not true. It is true. I am biased. I looked into the Sikhs. The Sikh religion is like, meh. I'm like, meh. Doesn't sound so bad. I'm like, meh. Islam's way bigger problem. Islam's a bigger problem. Religiously speaking, that's a bigger problem. I don't really see a lot of people converting to Sikhism. Be interesting if they did. I'd be curious to talk to them. But yeah, religiously wise, yeah, I think Islam is the bigger problem, and I would love to see this school looked into 100%. What is the point of Remembrance Day, really? 11/11/11. I was talking to a Jamaican today about it. He's from Jamaica, but he's up here working in Canada. And we were talking. I'm like, what was I saying? Something to him. What did he say? He said something, and I'm like, oh, it's Remembrance Day. He's like, well, what's that? I'm like, Remembrance Day, 11/11/11. So the day the war stopped. The 11th day, the 11th hour, the 11th, what was it? 11th minute, 11th hour, 11th hour, 11th day, 11th month. 11/11/11. And what is it? It's a time to remember of all that we've lost. It's a time to remember the blood, sweat, and tears that Canadians gave on the battlefield. The sorrow, the trauma, the economic woes, just everything that came with it, with the war itself. Especially the trauma, getting the mailman would come and they'd have certain letters, death notices, and stuff like that, and people crying and fucking whole families wiped out, and just brutal. And that's what we remember. Like that's why we don't want war, because we remember how much it sucks to lose loved ones, to lose family members. Like, we don't want war. And we've, for the most part, I mean, we've gotten kind of lucky, I think. We're going to get into civilizations, or the demise of civilizations, tonight as well, and how close we are to the end of the stages of empires. What's up, Friday Terry? So what we'll get into, we'll do this now. I think we can do this. Does this tie into anything? Hold on, I'm trying to think. Does it tie into it? Fuck, it kind of does. All right, we won't go there. We won't. We're not going to go there. We won't. We'll do something else. No, we'll do that something else. Let me see. What is the 5th of November? Remember the 5th of November. The 5th of November. Democrats seem to be moving on from democracy. Democracy appears to be losing its appeal on the left. After campaigning on panic politics and pretending the imminent death of the democracy, some of the left are now calling to burn the system down, in light of Republicans not only taking both houses in the White House, but Trump likely winning the popular vote, which I think he did. They're all dressed up like that guy. Some seem to believe that what happened on November 5th is a license to become a modern version of Guy Fawkes. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot. I see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Protesters after the election called for tearing down the system as a whole, insisting that Trump is not an individual, he's a figurehead of a system that's rotten. Even before the election, law professors and law deans called for a break from the Constitution. These voices will likely be amplified after the massive electoral loss by the Democrats. Others are seeking to evade the results of the election to still bring Harris to power. CNN's Barrett Key Sellers wants to pressure Supreme Court Sonia Sotomayor to resign and replace her with Harris. Former Harris aide Jamal Simmons wants Biden to resign to allow Harris to become president despite the vote of the majority. For a month. How would that, what would happen? That'd be interesting to see. What would, because if Biden resigned today, said, "No, I'm out, I'm done," Crowner, what's the time frame with that? Like, I'm just trying to think, like fairly. Let's just say fairly. I'm only in it till Trump takes over. Okay, cool. Is there enough time to actually inaugurate her as a president of the United States up until the point Trump takes over? Trump's getting inaugurated in January 25th. No, January 21st is when Trump's inauguration is. Inauguration. I said it. Inauguration. So there's plenty of time. It's like a month. She has time to do something. She could really. How much could she fuck up? What could she fuck up? Could she suspend the Constitution and then not let Trump in? Now that would be war. That would be a civil war. That would trigger something. Fucking right. There'd be massive protest over that. Oh yeah, no, you can't do that. If you tried to pull that shit, if they tried, let's just say hypothetically speaking, that she actually tried to pull this, that would be war. Then I would say, oh yeah, fucking for sure, civil war, for sure, total, absolute. That'd be fucking retarded to do. I hope they don't do that. That would be dumb. Or maybe I do hope they do that just to see it go off. Let's see what else. So it is an ironic twist after Democratic politicians and pundits repeated the mantra, if we did not elect Harris, this might be our last election. After losing that election, democracy appears to be the problem. Of course it is. The majority of Americans voting for Trump have been called anti-American by Governor Hoochie. Other politicians and pundits have called them racist, misogynist, or weakling seeking domination strongmen and bullies. The problem is now with young and minority voters, Trump won white women voters by 8 points at 53%. Harris actually fell slightly in the support of women overall. Conversely, roughly 43% of men voted for Harris. 40% of women under 30 voted for Trump. Even CNN reports that Trump performance was the best among young people. 18 to, how do you know? How do you fucking know? Like, how do you know these Jimmy voted for Trump, Johnny voted for Harris, and Jill voted for, like, how do you know? Like, who's filling these polls out? What are these polls? Just what? People's opinion? How do they know? How do they know, though? Who's telling? Where are you getting your information at? Bullshit. What'd you do? You probably like selected 30 people out of a lineup. There's your numbers across America. How many people you interviewed? 30. Typical. So it appears that it is time to move on. The call for Biden to simply do what the public did not want to do in making Harris president is particularly ironic. Many voters were repulsed by the Democrats simply making Harris the nominee after the primaries were over. There was the candidate who could not garner any appreciable votes in the prior presidential primaries before being made vice president by Biden. Now the idea is that she would be elevated by the unilateral act of Biden. Without a hint of self-awareness or recognition of the hypocrisy, Simmons insists that this would fulfill Biden's last promise to be transitional. Most people understood that to mean democratically transitional in opening the way for the election of new leaders. He did so after he was forced to step aside after winning every Democratic primary and tens of millions of votes. Nevertheless, Simons argued that Democrats have to learn drama and transparency in doing things that the public want to see is the time. That would certainly be dramatic as well as anti-democratic. Yet Simmons explained that this is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats operate. Indeed, it would. It would confirm that the Democratic Party is effectively oligarchy, the very thing they just campaigned against. Seller is more modest. He just wants Harris on the Supreme Court. At no point in history has anyone suggested that Harris was a leading legal mind. Nothing in her history suggests that she is competent, let alone promising candidate for the highest court. That's another valid point. It's another valid point. Harris has previously suggested her support for possible radical change in the court, including court packing. She is also a decidedly anti-free speech figure in American politics. Damn right. None of that matters anymore with the results of the election. Harris would be put in the court not due to any specific talents or skills, but because it would be consequential. He wrapped up by saying, let Republicans go crazy. Ape, I'm even mentioning that option. Still, I don't know. That would be war. That would definitely be a civil war. For sure it would be. Honestly. That'd be a massive civil war. Who's doing things? Somebody's texting me, or what is going on? Am I just getting told that I'm awesome? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Fucking crazy, though. If that were to happen, it'd be crazy. They'd fucking freak right out. It would. They'd freak right out. Shoot that off there. Anyway. On with the show. On we go. And then on we go. Let's see what else we got. We got 15 minutes before, just under 15 minutes before halftime. So we will go. I thought I had another one. Oh, this is it. Yeah. Let's see this one. Liberal elite. Liberal elite at UN climate conference calls for meat tax. The UN climate change conference, known as this year as the COP29, kicked off on Monday, lasted the 22nd this month. Many of the usual climate grifters have skipped the event as degrowth green policies in the U.S. are being prepared to be rolled back due to some degree under Trump. Makes sense. Even Swedish far-left activist Greta Thunberg skipped the event, preoccupied with the pro-Palestinian protests. Possibly. On Tuesday, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres told the world leaders who attended the event that last year's meeting was a masterclass in climate destruction, adding, the sound you hear is the ticking clock. Wow. Guterres also said the transition to clean energy won't be stopped by no group, no business, and no government. He was likely referring to Trump's plan to roll back certain climate policies that are strangling the economy and simultaneously boosting inflation, making U.S. companies unable to compete in international markets. At the same time, China operates free of these degrowth policies. One particular speech by William Branton, the public affairs official of True Animal Protein Price Coalition, a nonprofit foundation focused on taxing real meat out of existence to resist the global food supply, to reset the global food supply chain into a plant-based future, caught the internet's attention given radical far left and their billionaire funders have been pushing fake meat and insects as the way to solve the so-called climate crisis. There's a laugh there. However, we used to take these fuckers lightly before. We did. I look at the UN. The UN is the prime example of this. Nobody cared. COVID hit. The world handed its fucking power over to the UN, to the WHO. That happened. So, although it's a squeak, I mean, I look at Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter was a squeaky little voice. Just a squeaky little voice in the background. Like, what's that? Just a squeaky little voice. What's that? Think nothing of it. Fucking George Floyd. Fucking riots across America. You know, It affected people here in Canada. It was insane. Just a squeaky little voice. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Shut up. Kaboof. So I'm not taking this shit. I don't take shit like this lightly anymore. Because at first I'm like, shut up. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. The fake meat and insects, because I haven't heard that in a while. Eat the bugs, live in the pods, eat the fake meat. I haven't been hearing it lately. It has died down. So something we should just keep an eye on. They're gonna tax the cows now. Taxing the cows, but that's been the what was this one here? Was this propaganda? I hear WF propaganda nonsense. Will you be eating insects soon? By 2050, there could be 10 billion human mouths to feed. Eating insects could help solve the global food supply problem. How about cows? Just more cows. That's the plan. 1 cow for every man. 5 reasons why eating insects can reduce climate change. Imagine that. Our consumption of animal protein is the source of greenhouse gas and climate change. Insects are an overlooked source of protein. I'm sorry, I am on a kosher diet. I can't eat insects. I'm not allowed. No, I'm not even supposed to eat lobster. Believe it or not. Do I feel bad when I eat lobster? A little bit. I feel a little guilty. It's a diet found in the book of Leviticus in the Bible. And you know how I am with the Bible. Love the Bible. So yeah, in Leviticus, there's I think it's in Leviticus where the diet is. And it's pretty simple. It's the easiest one to follow. You know, you just, I have to have bacon. Sorry. I know. And it's nothing to do with, I don't believe it has something to do with sin. I think it has to do with health, to be honest. That's what I think. Like, because if you're walking around the desert and you got pork, probably not a good idea. Just saying. Pigs probably not a good idea, And it's a healthier diet. It's just a much healthier way of eating. So I promote it. I don't follow it per se, but I can use it as an excuse not to eat them. It's my opinion. That's why I don't eat bugs. Oh, sorry, I follow the kosher diet. Simple. Oh, okay. I call mine the living diet, actually. That's what I'm on. I'm on the living diet. I try to stay away from processed shit. That's it. Meat, vegetable. Was it alive? Simple. Was it alive? Yes. Okay, fine. Is it pasta? No, I don't eat pasta. Stay the fuck away from pasta. And not that I won't eat it. I just stay away from it. By choice, What are you having what's your side? Meat and a side as a salad. Potatoes is good because, it was alive. The potato was alive. Not the shit you get from McDonald's. That's not the same. Like, you take the potato, you cut it up and throw it in the fucking grease and you cook it yourself. Fries from a real potato. I'm fine with that. Insects. Sorry. Yeah. No. Religious restrictions. I just can't do it. No, sorry. Fuck. Calling for a meat tax while the U.S. retail ground beef prices are soaring shows just how out of touch liberals are with concerns of the working class. That's why they lost the election in the U.S. Yeah, that's a fucking fact. In other words, the theories of degrowth and depopulation promoted by the UN are being pushed by radical leftists who want to control every facet of life, what you eat, drive, and how you live. Trump's victory last week was a vote by the American people that rejects radical climate grifters and their Marxist friends that have sparked the worst inflation storm in a generation. Yeah, we're going to get to that tonight, too. Is that it? That's it. All right. Well, they've been pushing that for a few years. Eat the bugs. Eat the bugs. The WEF, right now, again, it sounds like a squeaky wheel. It's chirping in the background again. No one's taking them seriously. I'm not taking them seriously. Most people who are not in the sphere of the know or the noticers, I don't know what the fuck we're called. The truthers, don't say freedom fighter. Don't do it. Fucking don't. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Who was it? I was talking to someone. It was I was talking to Big Ideas Rhino Milk. And he was like, do you know what? You know what I call a freedom fighter? And he showed me a picture. It was a guy in Romania fighting the Romanian officials in Romania. He had a fucking AK-47, 2 clips in his pocket, and he's running through the streets. Okay, freedom fighter. Yes, I will give you that. Yeah, for sure. I ain't going to say no to that. For sure. 100%. Us? No, definitely not. Not yet. We're not there yet. The noticers, people who notice things, yes, I'll go. You say truther, and that's got a bad rap. If you say, like a freedom fighter, bad. It's just, nothing fits us. Nothing. The like-minded, kind of, I'm like, oh, you're like-minded. You know, we're vibing on the same page. Oh, you're like-minded. Like-minded is a common phrase that I use. The noticers. I like the noticers. That's kind of cool. The noticing, because the noticing happened. Everyone started noticing things. The noticers. They notice things. That's still gay. All right, that does still kind of sounds gay. I don't know. We're dags. No shit. And like, yeah, okay, yeah, well, obviously, but that's not everyone. Everyone that I talk to that's like-minded may not be a dag, you know, but they're like-minded. We're vibing, right? We're on the same page. Not a dag, but still on the same page. They're not a dag. They're not with us. Motherfucker. You have to convert them, Slip. You got to convert them to diagonal. I'm not fucking doing that. No, that's weird and gay. No. People already watch Jeremy. Fine. I have converted a couple people to being a dag, though. I have. I'm not gonna lie, I have. Yeah, but they were already like-minded, and I just sort of be playing Jeremy in the background. They're like, "Oh, that guy's funny," and watch him on his own. Very little to do with it. Very little to do with it. So I didn't really go out of my way for it. But noticers, maybe the noticers or some fucking thing. The truth seeker, the path of the pathfinders. Truth seeker is better. I like Pathfinder. That's cool, but no, because that's army. That's more military stuff. There's actually military people called Pathfinders. I wouldn't want to get accused of like stolen valor or some shit. That's worse than death. Stolen valor is worse than death. Like, in my opinion, that's worse than death. Yeah, no thanks. I won't ever be a part of that shit. The Pathfinder, it's good though. Pathfinder is good. Find the true path. Find the true path. To seek out the true path of ways. It's the ways of ways. I don't like it. Path. Fuck. Fucking army. Stealing all the good names. Oh no! See? Act of God right there. Fuck that Black Mirror. That's what happens. That's what happens. Put shit where it doesn't belong. That's fine. It didn't break. It's hard. It's thick. It won't break. Not by doing that to it. It's all good. It's all fine. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Get rid of that screen. Oh, wait. Oh, I wanted to show that too. Fuck. All right, I'll say that for later. That thing that I was sent by my good friend. Do that later. We still do have to think of a new name for this. For the Tuesday show, we have to think of a new name for it. Astral Citadel isn't working for me. Unless we just keep it the Shadows of Scriptures, which we could do. Just continue on with the Thursday name. I like streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's fun. It's a good time. It gives me something to do. Truth Seekers. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I don't even have a clip that's 2 fucking minutes. It'd be great if I did. Just roll right into fucking halftime. I don't have nothing. Nothing. Even I was up north in September and I made soap and I just got the go ahead to be able to use it. So, because we made our own soap. And so I just got the go ahead now. It's okay to use. So I'm going to probably give a bar out somehow, mail it to you. Who wants soap? I'm going to mail 1 bar out. Who wants it? Who wants it? First in the chat can get a bar of soap. I'll mail it to you. How's that? Deal? Deal. First person to say yes, they want one in the chat. Oh, my back has fucking killed me. Or leave a comment, because most people are going to see this in the replay anyway. Fuck, I wish I could just fucking crack my back. So annoying. So annoying. Let's deal here. Let's get it on. Let's do the thing.
It's halftime.
Y'all ready for this?
You come back, and I've been like trying to crack my back the whole time. I'm just slumped over in the chair like a fucking retard. Slippy broke his back, dude. He broke his back. All right. Welcome to halftime, people, where you do not have time to take a piss. That is the rule of the game. So the name of the stream tonight was Not All Heroes Wear Capes. That's because of what happened on Saturday here in Hamilton. So in Hamilton, Ontario, on Saturday, we had some gentlemen show up at Jackson Square. And what it appears to me is a very peaceful protest. Doesn't seem like anyone's throwing bottles or yelling and screaming. I don't see unlike other protests that have happened here in Hamilton, very peaceful, very orderly. Seems like there was some sort of, I would say, uniformity to it. They're all wearing black. Now, what I want to do is I want to look at this from an outsider's perspective, point of view. Why are elected officials not condemning this cowardly display of racism and xenophobia in Hamilton, Ontario? Let's unpack. We'll start with. We'll leave her alone for a minute. There's a lot to unpack here. Are immigrants less worthy of being protected from hate? Why the silence from the so-called officials who are quick to condemn other forms of hate? Why is the calls from the officials when Antifa goes fucking retarded? Where is the public officials when Antifa is stopping old ladies and walkers and being disrespectful to the elderly? Where's the city officials? No, won't bitch and complain about that. But you got, some gentlemen that show up with a sign and peacefully show their dismay or the dismay of the Canadian culture, where the city's going, and somehow this is hate. Where's the hate? Mass deportations. Now, I got into an argument, not really an argument. I got into a discussion with Wild Bill over this particular topic, and this is something I talk about. Mass deportations. Now, okay, so what is a deportation? Well, it's someone who doesn't belong here, like someone who's here illegally. So how is that? That's us wanting the law to be upheld. We want you to uphold the law. Mass deportations now. The people that don't belong here need to leave. So I got into a discussion with Wild Bill about it, and he was saying that they all must go. They all must go. I'm like, well, who's all? Like all? Like how? Like what's the year range that we stop? And he's like, no, they all gotta go. All of them. I'm like, well, who's all though? All of who? Who though? The who? And he's like, the ones that are here illegally. I'm like, I totally agree with you. Anyone who's here illegally should be fucking gone today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Pack them on a bus, ship them off to wherever the fuck they go. Wherever they go. I don't care where they go. If they're here illegally, get them the fuck out. Simple. What's wrong with saying that? They're breaking the law by being here. So I'll get them the fuck out. When I read that sign, that's what I see as an outsider, someone on the outside. If I was walking up to Jackson Square, that's what I would see. Deportations. To deport someone who doesn't fucking belong here. They don't fucking belong here. Get them the fuck out. Period. That's how I would say it. It's not about hate. It's about uphold the law. Again, that's from an outsider's point of view. they were compared to Antifa. Now, I'm not going to say I disagree with that comparison, because this is, we're so conservative and liberal, both are optically trained to see Antifa as people all in black, most times with a balaclava though. So, I mean, you can't, this is the problem though. Like, so, and this is where the debate comes in, because they're like, yeah, well, it's not like they're YouTubers out there trying to get views. No, they're citizens with a concern. And just like in the school, where the kid didn't have to give his name. Why didn't the National Post reporter reveal the name of the person who didn't want to be revealed? Could you say this? You know, this is what I say, but I don't want to know. I don't want anyone to know who I am. This is just my opinion. Sure, the reporter says, I just won't take your minute. I just won't write your name down. Cool, thank you. Blah, blah, blah. You're a source now. You're a source. You're a source. Where's the anonymity if you were to go out to a protest? You're going to go to a protest. You're going to, let's say, bypass this for a minute. What if it's a pro-Trump protest? And you have left-wing freaks out there filming you, recording you, doxing you. You're just there at a protest for Trump, we'll say. You'll get doxed. You'll get doxed. You'll get harassed. Your kids will get harassed. You'll lose your job. You'll lose your house. You'll lose your wife. You'll lose your family. There's a lot more risk. This is not 2019 anymore. That's the problem. This is like back in, so, and also I looked at it this way. Before Antifa was the attacker, we were the defender. Because we were the defender, they caught us off guard, we'll say. Right? They caught us, so we had to defend ourselves just as we were. They were organized. They were the attacker, we were the defender. This is us coming back. This is us with our this is an outward attack. This is an attack that's aggressive. It's an aggressive maneuver. I would consider this is an aggressive maneuver. So people are done playing defense. Now they're switching to offense. And this is an offensive move in the game, we'll say. So that's kind of where it is with that. And that's why, I mean, yeah, they got to protect them. They have to protect themselves. I mean, doxed, followed, job. If you gave money to the fucking convoy, they froze your bank account. You know? And the left, the Marxist retards, are in the government. Look, we have Andrea Harwath as a fucking mayor. Fucking commie bitch as she is. Matthew Green also commented on that. Another fucking Marxist fuck who can shut the fuck up. Yeah, I fucking hate that fucking cunt. He's a race baiting prick is what Matthew Green is. You're a race baiting prick. Yeah, you're a race baiter. That's what you are. I've talked to him through emails. Fuck you, Matthew. Fucking faggot. Yeah, so that's, I mean, but if I was to walk up to Jackson, going to the mall, at first glance, without reading the sign, Antifa. Like, it'd be automatic. So I would suggest to whoever this is, or if this is going to be the trend going forward, uniforms would be nice. A uniform of some sort. But, like, I don't know about the black, though. Black, boys. Black? Fuck. All black? Because I was thinking, well, you can't go blue. That's the Crips. You get shot. We can't go red. Well, that's the Bloods. Again, you get shot. You know? You don't want to go white because it's like, well, hold on now. All white? Wait a minute now. Hold on. That might be some bad optics. All white would be bad optics. Orange is you just got out of jail. You know, yellow, you're a fucking coward. Like, fuck. Purple? Do purple. Purple would kind of work. What would purple be? Purple's not too bad. Do purple. Purple kind of works. It's a mix between the Bloods and the Crips. I don't know. I know it's the what is that? It's a different type of lightsaber too. So it balances between the light and the dark side. What other colors are there? Yellow, fucking what? Orange? No, not orange. Blue, purple, brown. No, we don't want to do brown. Oh, you can do brown. Brown shirts. Could do brown. Brown would be a good idea. What other? Brown would work. Green? Green would work, but you might get in trouble with the army guys. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, brown. I guess brown, but kind of shit color. Brown. Yeah, brown. Brown would work. I don't know of anything that uses brown. Could kind of go with green. Green or brown would work. I don't think yellow would work. Yellow might work, but it's kind of gay. You probably would want gay. I just don't know about all the black. That's optically speaking. It's like automatic Antifa. We're too conditioned to it. It's an automatic look. So I don't know. Switch something. Do something. Switch it up a little. The uniform doesn't work for me. That whole look. Now let's get into Hamilton, Ontario itself. Well, let's check the comments. See who's yelling at me. Anyone yelling at me? No. Good. It's one convenient thing about doing it this way. Let's talk about Jackson Square in Hamilton. This is a weird choice. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird choice for the. This was the front door. This looks like that's definitely the front door to Jackson Square. Now, yeah, I want to explain Hamilton to you. I don't know who organized this, and I don't know why the fuck they picked Jackson. It's a strange spot. Even the location on Jackson Square, where it's being done at. I don't know if you boys are from Hamilton or not. If you are, I still say it's a weird choice. So Jackson Square is in the middle of downtown. It is in the epicenter. So Hamilton can be divided into a cross. You have north, south, east, west. The nexus point, the point is called Gore Park. It's Gore Park. That is the nexus point. That's the middle of Hamilton. Is right there where Jackson Square is. It's dead nuts, right in the middle. So this fucking mall is dead. No one ever goes to it. Nobody goes to Jackson Square. Nobody. It's fucking dead. I haven't walked through Jackson Square probably about 3 years. Three or more. It's been a long time. Why would I waste my time? What's there? You've got, so the only thing that's good with Jackson Square is so you have the art museum, which is just down the street a little bit and just across the street, just kitty corner to it. It's right fucking there. You have the art museum that's there. You've got the Hamilton Convention Center, which is connected to the art gallery, basically. That's there. You've got Cops Coliseum. The old Cops Coliseum is in the back. It's like if you cut a diagonal line from that point to Bay and fucking, what is that street? Bay and York. That's where Cops Coliseum is, right? Fine and great. This entrance. Okay, so if you're trying to hit the business class, they all use the door beside TD Bank. That's the one they normally use. Because it's right there across the CIBC towers are right here, off to the side here, and they're not really using this front door. There used to be a Tim Hortons right there when you go in. I don't know if it is still there or not. It used to be. But yeah, most the business shit people, lawyers, they're using the side door off of the TD Bank. Is between, because that's where the bus terminal is as well. There's a bus terminal up and around here, the McNabb terminal. Most people use the side door at TD. They don't use that door. That door is right off of James and King, right there. Now there's a bunch of shops and shit off to the side. There are some art galleries. There's some shops coming this way down the street. And I mean, it's a popular entrance, but I mean, who are you hitting? Who are you hitting with this message? You're going to hit the working class. The business people, they're using the side door. They're not using that door because it's right there beside. There's what the fuck's it called? It's fucking Stelco Tower. Stelco Tower is right there. Yeah, it's just down there. They all use that fucking side door beside King Street because that's where the big elevators are. Takes them upstairs. Not there. It's a weird spot. I just think it's a weird spot. Like at Jackson, I don't know. It's not where I would. I get it that it's dead nuts in the middle of Hamilton, and it did have some effect. The mayor found out. Matthew Green talked about it, but ew. That's what I seen. I'm like, at Jackson? Ew. Gross. Why would you pick there? I don't know. I'm like, were they out of town? Maybe they are out of towners or thought that was going to get the best traction. I don't know. I guess. I guess I just don't. Most people, because I live downtown, and yeah, you only because I walked. I didn't drive. If I drove, see, that's the problem with downtown. There's nowhere to fucking park. There's nowhere to park downtown. It's fucking horrendous. If you go to Eastgate Square, which is there's the malls in Hamilton, is Jackson Square. You've got Eastgate Square, which is down east of the city. You got Limeridge Mall, which is our giant mall up on the mountain. That's really what you got. They own Center Mall. Center Mall is on Barton, coming east from here. So those are your mall options. Now, the Center Mall is not a mall. That's a bunch of box stores where you have to walk outside in the cold to get to. It used to be an indoor mall like this because this is an indoor mall. And the Center Mall used to be like this, like you'd walk through a mall, normal people. Yeah, they broke it all up into little boxes. So you wouldn't do it there because that would be dumber. That'd be way dumber doing this at Center Mall. Let's go to Eastgate Square. Want to have some fun? Do that at Eastgate Square and tell me how that goes. I'm curious then, because there's a lot of brown people down there. I'm just saying, like, it's known for it. It's known for a very heavy Pakistani type people around that area. There's buildings and shit like that's just known in Hamilton. That's where the old ways where it used to be. That's where they used to be all concentrated, was down here at Eastgate Square. So there's that. So that would be interesting to do that there. Just that'd be interesting. Limeridge Mall is the uppity up. It's the upper class mall, we'll say. It's where the high-end shops are and stuff like that. It's a beautiful mall. It's massive. It's a massive mall that we have here in Hamilton. Normally, I would, if I'm going to go Christmas shopping, I'm not going to Jackson. I'm going to go to Limeridge. Why? Because it has more shops, more deals. It's bigger, more of a selection. You know, Jackson's dead. So we've actually had quite a few pro-freedom protests at Limeridge. You never heard of it at Jackson. Never heard of it at Jackson. And I found this out from my buddy of mine showed me this Sunday. He's like, "Did you hear about this?" I'm like, "The fuck? No." I'm like, "Oh, good Jesus. What? When did this happen? Oh, this is awesome. This is so good." Location, I don't know. Like, were you there? No. Did it work? I don't know. Did you get the results you were looking for? I guess would be my question. Did you get the results you were looking for? I would just not there. Anywhere but there. Why Jackson? Jackson? Ew. That's all I could think. Ew. Gross. Oh, you have to go down. Parking must have been. There's a lot of people there too. There's quite a few guys. So parking must have been fun. That's all I can think of is the parking, because it sucks downtown. And that's the thing with Eastgate Square and Limeridge Mall and even Center Mall. Tons of parking. They have their own parking lots. Jackson, you're in the heart of downtown. There is no fucking parking. It's fucking annoying. That's why I don't go downtown. You're going to go downtown? Why? There's nowhere to fucking park. You've got no parking at all. Fuck downtown. Fuck downtown. Up by the hospital is just fucking nice. That's just, I just stay away from downtown. And it works well for me. You know, it just works well. Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, not Jackson? Okay, whatever. So I'd have to ask if they were out of town. Who planned it? No. Who planned it? Because it's not where I would do it. I don't know. Where would you do it? I don't know. I don't know where I wouldn't. This is not something that I'm into. So I don't know where would you do it? How would you do it? I don't know. I don't think about that shit. Like, this shit's all new. No, this is all new to me. I don't know. Interesting. About fucking time. I mean, this is an example of Canadians waking up and going, we've had enough. Again, I believe this is an offensive move that we need. I would probably pick a different color uniform would be the only thing I would suggest, because you look too much like Antifa. But what else are you going to do? It's something. It's a start. It's a start. And we have to really start doing stuff like this en masse. En masse. Then they've got a few guys there too. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll say 10. Just because looks like there's guys walking around the sides, stuff like that too. So we'll say 10. It's quite a few. We need more. Lots more. Lots more of this. Because the problem is not just those that are here illegally. We have a serious problem. We have a serious problem developing right underneath our noses. And this is why if you know of shit like this, you should be getting involved. You should be getting involved. We have a slight problem that I kind of stumbled on. Didn't look at the clock properly enough. Where is this at? This is a article. This is the 7 stages of an empire. I was watching YouTube, and I happened upon the 7 stages of a falling empire, and most empires last 250 years ish. That's like, that tops out 250 ish. The States has been in power, has been in a country for 200 years. What are we at? Are we at 200 yet? We've been around a while. Wow, 200 years for the States for sure. I forget, how long has the States been a country for? I should look that up. It's a good idea. I don't fucking know. When did we become a country? When did Canada? Well, does Canada count underneath the British rule? Because the British rule ended in 1850. They're saying. I don't think I should use Canada. Let's say USA. How old is US? They are not Usher. What? How do you get Usher from US? Fuck off. States of America, 248. Ooh. 248 years. Well, I would say we're about due. We are about due. So it's 10 generations, they're saying. So one such observer of the cyclical power, the cyclical cycle of empires. One such observer was John Bagot Glubb, a.k.a. Glubb Pasha, army general and historian. He studied 11 empires, starting with the Assyrians in 859 BC, ending with the British Empire in 1950 AD. Sir John determined that each followed a remarkable similar pattern from birth to demise, spanning a period of about 10 generations. Each went through 7 stages of empire. I would say that the States, well, they're still a superpower, and a superpower, I would believe, is an empire, would it not? I mean, the States is the superpower. Are they not an empire? Isn't that an empire? We'll say it is, just for argument's sake. So the age of the pioneer, the age of the conquest, the age of commerce, the age of affluence, age of intellect, the age of decadence, and the age of decline and collapse. And what marked the penultimate age: defensive, pessimistic, materialism, frailty, an influx of foreigners, the welfare state, and a weakening of religion. To what did he attribute this decadence? Too long a period of wealth and power, selfishness, love, money, and loss of a sense of duty. Now, this is merely an introduction of the pattern intended to what your intellect appetites, not an assessment of our nation's condition vis-a-vis that pattern. Still, our 237 year makes us long in tooth, comparatively speaking, in our national behaviors to do appear to mirror the age of decadence. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is we need whatever. It's as if, so there, when I was watching the YouTube video, it was saying of how from inside the reigning power develops the one that takes over. Or what happened to the Romans was they ended up like us, where we are now, and they just got fucking invaded. So either one comes from the middle and out, or we're going to get invaded. Either or. One of the two. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know how much an invasion is plausible. The States is still pretty big. The States is like, they're not as big as Canada, but they still have still a big fucking country. They're just as wide. Are they wide or bigger? I don't know. but their country's just about as big as ours, we'll say, for argument's sake. So I would get to the old talking point of us being invaded is kind of funny because the country's just so fucking big. So you could say that. You could say that the system collapses. That's a possibility. That we're all kind of rooting for that. We would love for the system to collapse. Awesome, great. Let's start over. So if it were to collapse under its own stupidity, under its own weight, it collapses on its own. You want to be a part of the class of people, the group of people that rise up from the middle. If we get invaded, that's a completely different ballgame. Then we're going to go tooth and nail. It'll be a fight to the finish. And then the victors would establish the new culture. So that's one avenue. The other one is where it rises from within. And now I think there is a possibility of it rising from within. The problem is how many different cultures we have. And they're all doing the same thing. They're all collectivizing. They're all taking over different parts of industry. Each little group is taking over its own little part of industry and then trying to advance from there, their own culture, their own way. So that's the fight we're in right now. So if we don't start collectivizing, if we don't start gathering together, we're just going to be sheep for the slaughter, basically. Now, I'm not involved in any groups, by the way. Again, I'm a born-again Christian, so I get to sit back at the sidelines, smoke a cigarette, and wait for Jesus. That's kind of what I do. I'm looking for the Antichrist. I have more important things going on right now. I still think Elon Musk is a contender for the false prophet. Just saying, just throwing that out there. But this is something we have to look at. Finding different groups that you can vibe with and get with to start collectivizing. Now, there was one comment on that Twitter feed that I wanted to bring up. But this is the idea of it, though, because the age of decline and collapse, we're basically there. That's how close we are. I forgot to look at the clock. I didn't check the calendar properly. I'd forgotten. Because I knew about this before. That's right, too, yeah, because we're about to fall. So because we're about to fall, there's going to be a group that's going to prosper. It could be diagonal. I'm not fucking joking either. That still would be fucking hilarious. For it to meme out that far. To meme out that far would be funny as hell. That would be funny. Because I call it memeing out, where the internet comes out into life. When life starts imitating art, that's the meme magic part of it, because the art is actually influencing life. So if it was to meme out that far, that'd be something to see. That'd be interesting. I think there's more dags than there are other groups kicking around. So I don't know. I just kind of funny. So maybe that's the culture. That's the people that rise up and start the new empire. Then they start the cycle all over again. They started all over again. It goes from the pioneers, and that's the first ones. You want to be part of the first ones, don't you? Well, find your group, find your people, find your tribe. You never know. You could be the pioneers. You could be pioneers. You could be the first ones out. The age of conquest, then the age of commerce, the age of affluence, intellect, of decadence, and then decline and collapse. Another 250 years. So, 250 years, you should bank on that, somehow. Or learn about it and keep it in our memory bank so we know for the next time. Is there a way around this? Is there a way to look at this and say, fuck, how can we get, especially at the age of intellect, you would think that we would be thinking about shit. Oh, this system's, we're following into the same cycle. We should really look into how we can not do this. Yeah. And what marked the penultimate age? Defensiveness, pessimism, materialism, Frailty, an influx of foreigners. Just saying. Just thought I'd throw that out there again. Influx of foreigners. Why? For money. It's all about greed. It's all about greed. No, that was what he was talking about in his book, because he wrote a book about it. And in the book, that's money. It becomes all about money. They sidestep duty. They sidestep honor. They sidestep tradition. They sidestep culture for money. And that's part of the problem with an influx of foreigners. Why are they bringing in so many fucking foreigners? Well, because they told us not to have kids. So we didn't have kids. They also said your wife should work. So instead of fucking looking after the kids, now the wife's working. Well, you know, daycare costs a lot of money and kids are a bit of a pain in the ass. So, hey, tell you what, let's just not have kids and we'll get married. Fuck marriage. Oh, no. Divorce fair. Da. No. Tell you what, women, no. So now there's not even couples for me. Now marriages aren't happening. Now kids are not happening. Now the GDP is fucking plummeting. Oh, fuck. We need more people to tax them because every person that we bring in is basically a product that we can tax, so we can use that to leverage ourselves in the world economic banks. Okay, cool. Let's fill the fucking country with people. Okay, yeah, well, what happens when you have two cultures that clash? Oh, well, we're not thinking about that. We're thinking about money. Do you understand? It's all about money. How can we make the most money? Why is every government a corporation? Why is it that towns are corporations? A corporation is a person. So a corporation can be treated like a person. They have the same rights and protection as a person. It's all about money. It's all about money. What country? Country? You call this is not a country. This is a company. Get it right. A country. This is not a country. This is a company, and we're here to make money. That's what it's about. That's what. Well, if you have a company, what's the job of a company? The one job of a company or a corporation is to make money for the shareholders. Of course, it's just like any other corporation. There's a president, there's a vice president, there's board of directors, and they all have to have money. They all have to get their share. It's all about money. That's all it's about. How can we not get into this fucking cycle? But now that we're here, we already know we're here. We're at the age of decline and collapse. So it's about to decline and collapse. There's going to be a group that will come along and have 250 years of power. You want to be in that group, or do you want to be the ones getting slaughtered? Take your pick. That's the difference. That's where it sort of falls down to. So I would get your ducks in a row. And you have to make some choices. And like, team up, tribe up, get a network going, find your friends. I mean, that's find your friends, find your tribe. So we keep saying it. Now, there was something I wanted to read down in that article, that tweet, the tweet. This one. Because this was a tweet, and now down here, see that bunch of people calling, like Jeremy McKenzie said, go home. Tom McHugh says, another non-Canadian telling us actual Canadians what we can say. Priceless. It's only just getting started. I don't know who this person is, where she's from. No idea. More of this. Re-immigration. Remigration is another one. Suddenly they are pro-mask when they don't want the world to know what hateful little shites they are. Wearing a mask here, Andrea Thompson. Well, yeah. Duh. They had the mayor and the MP talking about it. Smart move. No, I definitely covered up. Yeah, definitely. Anonymous. Just a source of a complaint. I would like to be anonymous, please. Please don't put my name in the paper. Please don't publish it on. I'll be your source. I'll tell you how I feel, but just don't publish my name. I want to remain anonymous, please. Sure, no problem. Yeah, I have a complaint. Why is it that the complaint box? So if you have a complaint at the company, right? Do you sign your fucking name like the supervisor? Every time I go talk to the supervisor, he smells like weed. He's always smoking up in the washrooms. And so what? You're gonna fucking put your name on the slip of paper and then it's going to go to the manager, and then the manager's going to read it and going to go to your direct supervisor, say, are you smoking fucking weed in the washroom? What? Then he gets in shit. He gets a fucking couple stripes taken off his back. Who's he fucking gunning for? Your ass, because you signed your fucking name. You're no longer anonymous. That's why the complaint box was supposed to be not. You just write your little shit and you dump it in there. That's why even when you're voting in shit. Again, same thing. You know, Johnny didn't fucking vote the way we wanted to. Fucking get Johnny. It's common sense. Was it, were they vandalizing shit? Were they throwing fucking hissy fits? Were they screaming at people? Were they hitting anyone? From what I see and from what I'm hearing, it was a peaceful protest. They stood there with a fucking sign. Big fucking deal. Oh no, a fucking big bad signs just reaching out. And what did fucking Antifa do when fucking Bernier was here? That's fucking retarded. Not even the slightest comparison. Slightest. Yeah, fucking right. Good. They should. They definitely did. They definitely should. Some counselors did. Andrea and Matthew Green did. Big deal. Good. We need more voices just like that with other forms to do with other forms of hate, like the hate that you have for Canada. Thanks. You are not Canadian. What is Canadian? What is Canadian? Right? Where was it? I saw it. Go back and include you. Nothing cowardly of preventing our own apartheid. Nothing cowardly of preventing our own apartheid. There's a good get out of our country. Quite division. Asian countries, black countries, white countries. You're too white. Accept diversity, you racist bigot. Whites are the problem. Racist bigots, Nazis. Diversity is a code word for white genocide, anti-racist, or a code word for anti-white. You put Nigerian in your username before Canadian flag at that. Why don't you live in Nigeria then? If Canada's so horrible, horrid, and hateful. My furniture started levitating. Why did I see that at? No, wasn't it? You will never be Canadian. All Africans should be deported immediately. Where did I see it? Oh, this is it. Yeah. So one-sided is cowardly, but the other is infinitely justified. What's this? Does this take you to, I don't think it takes it to that. Or it just sits there spinning in the wheel of death. That works too.
One day we can have a Muslim majority nation here in Canada. Right in your face.
We have Canadian law here, and you say that you want Sharia law to displace Canadian law. That doesn't sound very respectful.
In majority, you wouldn't have any other option. Go to your...
Yeah, when we have a majority, we won't have any other option. That's for Sharia law. Still a fact. Still a fact. What is this one here? What's this? Oh, yeah. Get it. Credit Andrea Lichman. Covering their faces so they're not recognized. Don't show me. I want to be anonymous. I want to be anonymous. Pro-Palestinian protest. So they're allowed to be. You're allowed to be anonymous there. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, because of hate. Oh, all right. So if these gentlemen here were to show their faces, you're saying that they wouldn't get any hate, but somehow that's bad. It's so they should show their faces, but yet, if you're marching in a leftist protest and you're covering your face to protect your identity, that's okay though. Looks like a duck, smells like a duck. It's a duck. Most times. Most times it's a duck. Anyway, that's my takes on it. Like I said, I found out Sunday. We'll probably be seeing a lot more of this because it's not stopping. It's not getting any better. And as we continue down this fucking hellhole of mass importation of people, which I don't think is going to stop. Trudeau reportedly passed a bill ending immigration. I doubt it. Pierre's going to get in there and fuck it all up anyway. So we'll see what happens. That's my thoughts sort of on that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yell at me later if whatever you don't agree with what I said. So, oh well. I'm taking it from I'm walking up to Jackson Square, and that's what I see. That's how I took it. I'm like, I'm just going to approach it that way. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It feels good in my tummy. Let's see here. What else was I going to talk about? Bunch of things. The Maple Mega. This is okay, guys. So what I was going to talk about too. So Maple, this is Salty Canuck. Maple Mega trend is stupid. We're not Americans. Mega means make America great again. Find your own trending tag to use. There, I said it. And I totally agree with you. I'm so sick of the copycat nature of Canadians. It's fucking just pathetic. It's so pathetic. Do we not have an original fucking bone in our body? Can we not garner our own fucking movements, our own fucking sayings, our own, like, even fuck Trudeau is stolen from fuck Joe Biden. My good Jesus. Give me a break. The only original thing we've done so far, I think, is the convoy. That was kind of cool. That was a very original grassroots movement. That you've never seen that before. That was cool. That was unique and different on its own. But I mean, oh my good Jesus. Like, come on. Canada, the Canada First movement. It's from America's First. And with fuck. Oh, come on. Do you want to fucking listen? Do you want to start a petition to get the states to fucking buy out Canada? I'll sign it. I like the Constitution. I think the Constitution is a good thing. The First and Second Amendment. I agree. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I like that a lot. Would I complain? We're basically American anyway. We watch their shows. We do their thing. Like, come on. It wouldn't be that hard of a switch over. Like, big deal. You know, I like our public health care. I do. I hear horror stories of people spending thousands and thousands of dollars on fucking broken legs and shit when they go across the states. Horrible. Like, ugh. Makes me want to stay in Canada. Why? Free healthcare. I wish we had free healthcare, free school, free university, free dental, which I don't understand why we don't have. Why do we not have free dental? It's so stupid. And free prescriptions. I think those basic services should be covered by the government. Of course they should. We shouldn't be paying for fucking university. Again, it should be covered by our tax. I want to pay for your kid to go to school. Fucking right I do. Why wouldn't I? Oh, your kid's going to be a welder? Cool. You want some money here? Sure. It just makes sense. I look at it that way. Like, who would you want? Do you want your sister's newborn to have the best care possible? Yes. Would you pay for it? Yes. Okay. Then just the common sense things. Just the standard operating, like, this is how we function as a society. Are these things are included? The fact that they have to pay for healthcare in the States that's so sad. For those who, like, if you don't have I grew up on welfare, right? So I feel for the poor. I really have, my heart goes out to the poor. And it's like, oh, fuck, I'm poor. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. I'm fucking poor as fuck. Like, wait, you're talking about yourself, Slip? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot who I was. Sorry for that for a minute. Well, I ain't that poor. I always have more than I had as a kid. I look at it that way. And it's better than being on welfare. I do have a job. I have a job and I work, technically. So is it better than welfare? Yes. Okay, good enough. But I think of that, like, you know, in the States specifically, when they break a leg or some fucking kid had a bursted appendix, $12,000. Had to take out a loan. Like fucking brutal. Just insane. I think that's insane. A country that a first world country, and you don't have free healthcare. You're not just getting fixed. All the other shit, fine. But that stuff, those block things, no. they should compete for the best products as well, and we don't. It's always the lowest bidder, and then the government acts like it's retarded and gets taken for a bunch of money just because people think, well, it's the government. Fuck the government. I'll take them as much money from the government as I can. So there's that angle as well. I get it. There's flaws in every system, but man, this isn't the States though. Get your own ideas. Make up your own ideas. Be original, for fuck's sakes. Just be original. Your own unique Canadian ideas. We need something. We need a rich. Stop copying this. The fucking mega. Oh my fuck. The maple mega. I was talking to the mom of the chat, Miss Julia Mora, and she asked me this. She goes, "Are you excited for the Canadian maple, or the mega maple?" I went, "The maple maga." I went, "Just shoot me now." She's a nice lady. I like her a lot. But fuck, just shoot me now. The maple maga. Ugh! Fucking Canada, man. Fucking losers. Fucking bunch of losers. Always copying us. I try not to copy anyone. That's kind of my thing. If I see someone's doing something, okay, don't copy them. Just whatever, don't copy them, because it's gay and stupid. I don't copy people. I hate it. I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. I just don't. Do your own thing. Do your own thing. Make it special. Make it unique. Make it you. Do your thing. You know? That's the way so the kid Maple Mega. Please. Come on. Canada first. Come on, guys. You're killing me here. You're fucking killing me. Fuck. Can we not have an original? It's an original idea. It's totally Canadian. Nothing. It's not copying the States. It's not copying the States. It's not copying the States. That's all it is. Just don't copy the States. Why? Because it's gay and stupid. That's why. It's gay and stupid. It's just a fun way to troll the libs. It gives me great pleasure to see them convulse over it. It's stupid. No, because people think it's a thing and it's gay. The Maple MAGA. Why are we converting to the? Are we going into this? We're moving to the States now. The States is going to buy us out. Oh, okay. Hostile takeover. One corporation from another. I'm not going to bitch. I'll fight for the Second Amendment here of open carry here, like in a heartbeat. Like, yeah, can we start passing bills for open carry in Ontario? You know, like, let's go. Let's fuck. Oh, there's moose, man. There's moose and cougar and wolves and let's go with that. Maple MAGA, please. Getting back to foreigners and people that are great stream tonight. Thanks, Punk Girl. Appreciate it. We're gonna get into the Maple MAGA. I know, I hate it. I love watching the politics the way they are. They're way more entertaining. Definitely are. Fuck yeah. Fucking right, they're entertaining. It's fun as hell to watch down there. Or when I worked registration at my old job in the hospital, I would cringe every single time an American came in because their bills were always over $1,000. $550 just to register, and that's not even seeing the doctor yet. Ooh, fuck. You second that? Awesome. So let's talk. So we're going to talk about foreigners now. Now, specifically, the gentlemen that were doing that were called racist and xenophobic. And it hit me weird, the word xenophobe. I said, well, wait a minute, though. Well, what does that mean to be a xenophobe? I was like, well, what does it mean, though? Xenophobe is the fear or dislike of anything that is perceived as being foreign or strange. What? Hold on. Don't talk to strangers. You know, like, we've been told since we were children, don't talk to strangers. Strangers can be bad. Like, sometimes strangers are bad. Strangers are bad. Strangers are evil. They want to hurt you. Don't talk to strangers. Talking to strangers is bad. I wonder where that might come from. Just saying, weren't we told, like, hey, by the way, like, don't talk to strange people on the internet. Why? Because you don't. It could be a fucking murder. You don't know. No idea who the fuck you're talking to. It's a stranger. Stranger danger. Stranger danger. Hello. Stranger danger. Well, duh. Okay. Well, all right. Well, that's the first thing. It is an expression that is based on the perception that conflict exists between an in-group and an out-group. Because there is. There's definitely conflict. Of course there is. All right, so xenophobia. The xeno part of it, yeah, it means stranger. Stranger, fear of a stranger. That's what it means. But actually, that particular word is not about a person. It's a place. Yeah. A xeno is a place. It wasn't a person. It wasn't a stranger. It wasn't a foreigner. It was a place. It was like an Airbnb. Think of it. Think of it like an Airbnb. I don't know if any country still has them or not, but what it is, it's an area. It's an area where all the strangers go, the foreigners, because you didn't let them in the city. Well, why wouldn't you let a group of foreigners or strangers into your city? Well, back then they had walls. And the walls were there to protect the city from fucking invaders. So they kept them outside of the city walls in a place called a xeno. And it just got associated with the word stranger, foreigner. And that just, well, it just sort of became that as if that's what it was. But it's actually a place. It's a holding area. It's like, I look at it like it's an Airbnb. I also look at it like a sanctuary city, to be honest, as well. It could be classified as a sanctuary city. Now, a sanctuary city is not a place that gives literal sanctuary to immigrants. And the actual definition of a sanctuary city is one which they don't ask you. When you call the ambulance, they don't ask for your name. They don't care who you are. They don't care who you are. They don't care where you're from. And it's so that immigrants can access the services of the city and not be fearful of being shipped back home, like illegal aliens and shit like that. So what they do is they have sanctuary. Hamilton is a sanctuary city. There are a lot more than there used to be. When I started looking into this, that was back in 2019, actually, because I was still at the apartment. And yeah, so that's when I did all the research on what a sanctuary city actually is. And all it is, it's the ability for a foreigner or an immigrant or someone who shouldn't be here without papers to access the emergency services without the fear of being sent back home. That's the basic concept of a sanctuary city. Not so much a place where all the immigrants go. They just all go there. No, it's not actually the technical definition of it. It's not what it is now. Like now, yeah, that's what it is. Just for they just ship them here now. That's all that happens. But back in the day. So yeah, so that's what it means. It's a place. It's not a person. I'm not afraid of a place. No, are you xenophobic? No, I'm not afraid of a place. Why? Why do you ask? Am I afraid of Hamilton because it's a sanctuary city? Well, not really. I live here, so it's not so bad. And we don't have the walls and stuff. But yeah, it's just improper use of a word. And that was what we were talking about last stream, was that words matter. Words matter. Of how I think it was James actually said it in the chat. He was like, the proper use of words. Like we're trying to figure out the proper use of a word is important. Using words properly, because we were going over the definition of a word. Speaking of tool. Oh, we're going to have to go into overtime for it. We're actually going to have to go into overtime. Okay, well, I guess that's the way it is. So, well, I don't know if I can do this in 7 minutes. I don't think I should do it in 7 minutes. No. We'll see how far we get. We just won't throw the clip up, maybe. Maybe we'll just roll through it. We're just going to roll through it. I think we'll just roll through it. I don't want to wait. So I like the band tool. Obviously, everyone knows that. I've made that pretty clear. I like the band tool. Now, this is actually going to go somewhere. Don't worry. This is not just going to be about Tool. This is actually going to go kind of to a scary place. But we'll start with Tool. So Tool's lead singer is a very strange man. That's the best way I could say. He's kind of strange. He's got 3 bands in the go. He's got Tool. He's got A Perfect Circle, and he's got Pulsifer. I think I said that right. And he writes really cool lyrics, and they're very deep. It's very transcending type of tone. It's got a very large octave scale. The music is composed, and then he puts his lyrics to the music, which is a lot like the way Five Finger Death Punch does it, it just makes it a very interesting way of producing music. Just one of the ways. But anyway, he's got this wine. He's also into wine. And I don't know what, I don't know if this rabbit hole was intentional and he was leading his fans down a rabbit hole or not intentional, but it definitely did. And it revealed something very weird, both biblically and our current state of where we're at in the world today. Actually, it's more 2020, 22, 23 than today per se, because we're kind of out of it. So Kaddish is his wine. It's his wine place that he does. The Wino. For the past 20 years, Maynard James Keenan, the lead singer of Tool, has worked tirelessly to bring Arizona's burgeoning wine industry to international attention. In the process, he has launched the award-winning Kaddish. I don't know how to say this word. Cellars in Merkin Vineyards, introducing the world to some of the Southwest's most delicate and refined bottles. Campaign for the Bird Valley Certificate of American Viticulture Area, designated 2021, all while growing a thriving local infrastructure and community across the region. All right, so that's all fine and great. I should be able to go to the wine shop from here. And yeah, okay. Explore our wines. Okay, buddy. So we'll get to the word Kaddish because that's important. We'll get to that in a minute. But this guy's weird. He's just weird. All right. So Del Judith Orange. So the word Judith. So he's got Judith in a lot of his wine bottles and names. That's because that was his mom's name, who died from cancer. One of his albums called 10,000 Days was centered around his mom. She was an important part of his life and really influenced his music. He grew up in what was called a stifled. His creativity was stifled as a child, and that's why she's such an important part to his art form, because if she wouldn't have stifled him, we wouldn't have what we have today. So that's why, to me, it's like, that's why it's important. When I appreciate the fact that he recognizes her importance. Now, I don't know if they made up later in life. I don't know the story, but I know as a child he was stifled. That was a fact. So this is to his mom, and it's also a book in the Bible. And the thing with Tool's music is there's actually quite a bit of biblical references in there. If you look at Right in Two, that whole song is bang on the money. That's dead nuts. That what it's about angels watching men rip themselves apart, basically. And it's dead nuts. I'm like, that's exactly, you couldn't, the way he articulated this song when you read the lyrics, yep, I could prove it to you. I could grab the Bible and show you. Yeah, he's dead nuts. On the money. 100%. So there's a lot of biblical references in Tool that I pick up. I try not to learn the words because I'm particular about Tool, how I listen to them. But anyways, so but hold on. Wait, no. So there's Judith again, right? There's a lot of them to his mom. Arvada. I'm going to need to look up all these fucking names now. Hold on. Anubis? Fucking Anubis. You got an Anubis wine? Buddy. Anubis. I saw Anubis and I fucking lost. I almost fucking shit my pants. Anubis, the fucking Egyptian god of the dead. Anubis? Ouch. And you'll notice the symbol on here as well. He's got a weird fucking symbol for it. Can we get a closer shot of this? Can I? It'd be great if I could. We can, sort of. It does look like the caduceus staff. It does, in a way. So that's all fine and great. So people started paying attention to this. They're like, well, that's interesting. Maynard is crazy, but it's a good crazy. Love the cider. See? So the word caduceus, Tool fans are a different breed. I'm telling you, they're a different breed, and because everything this fucking guy does is on purpose, and he is an artist, and it is an absolute art form. And when you find a pure, it's just how to describe what good art is. Something that someone has they get immersive. It's from a different place. It's a different place. And because it's from a different place and you can appreciate it for what it is, when you find some good art, when you find a good artist, a true artist, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to pay attention. And everything he does is intentional, from the album to the songs to the music composition. Everything's on purpose. It's insane. He's so weird, but it's so cool at the same time. So people, as again I said, Tool fans are a different animal. So they started following the rabbit hole. And down the rabbit hole, Caduceus and Aspilus, A Tale of Two Rods. Listen to this shit. So we read an interesting article by M. Zalabut et al. It would like to clarify the correct usage of the Kadash and Aspilus. I'm murdering them. Symbols. Al-Zubi et al. Utilized the Kadush, which is often used in place of the rod of Asclepius, despite their very different meanings. The Kadush is the staff of Hermes, the messenger god, and has been mistaken for the rod of Asclepius, a symbol of medicine for over 100 years. Hermes was the patron of negotiation, trade, and commerce. His trusty staff, the Kadush, came to be the symbol of the god himself and is seen printed on Roman coins. Okay. Kadush is a symbol of often with a winged, here we go here. This is where it gets weird. Is a symbol with often winged staffed, entwined by two serpents, surmounted by the wings. The rod of Elspis is a symbol with a rod intertwined by only one serpent. The rod of Elspis belongs to the Greek god of healing and medicine, Asclepius. For over 100 years, the Kadush has been wrongly used as a medical symbol due to its visual similarities with the rod of fuck these words. All right, this is where I get involved. And that's when I got involved. Because the rod of whatever the fuck you call it, that's the rod of Aaron. That's Aaron's rod. They were in the fucking desert after the exodus from Egypt, and they were all getting bit by snakes. So Aaron was told by Moses to take the, I think he carved it, or I don't know. So it was a rod with a snake on it, one snake, and he put it in the fucking dirt. And Moses said, anyone who looks at the fucking staff will be healed. So anyone who looked was healed. Jesus reiterated the story in the Bible. And just as Aaron's staff was raised and all were healed, so too shall be the Son of Man. This to do with salvation. You don't have to do anything to be saved by Jesus. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do a backflip. You don't have to do a somersault. You don't have to pay money. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to fucking dress a certain way. You don't have to talk a certain way. You don't have to do anything other than just look. That's it. What do I have to do to be saved? Look. That's it. It's a staff with a fucking snake on it in the desert. Just look at it and you're better. Just look at it and you won't die from a snake bite. How hard is it to look? That's all they had to do. They had to just peer out of their tent to see the staff and be healed from Moses in the Bible. That's why I'm like, well, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. So not only are they saying, now this is where the conspiracy theories just go fucking haywire. It goes haywire. Absolutely does. So I got shown this, which is bad enough on its own. So like when you're into the medical field and you see in this here, the staff of Hermes, that's an Egyptian. First of all, it's a, because every Christian, when they see these symbols, they don't think fucking Greek gods or Egyptian gods. They don't think that at all. They think Moses and Aaron in the fucking desert. That's what they think of. Not this shit. Like, what the fuck? No. It's also is it Egyptian or is it fucking Hermes? A symbol for 100 years. Hermes was a patron of what religion though? Messenger of God has been taken. What religion is that? Hold on a second. Hermes. Hermes is what is that? It's not right. That's it. God. Who is that? What is that? The Olympian deity in ancient Greek. It's Greece. It's not even Egyptian. It's Greece. Okay. So he took a Greek god for the name. Well, the staff of a Greek god for the name. Okay. But it's Greek, not Egyptian. Okay, good. No, that does actually, it's better for me. It's better for me that is Greek and not Egyptian. Just saying. Just because of where they were from, they came out of Egypt and now they're planting a fucking stick with a snake. Wait a minute. Who copied who here? Fucking copycat. You got to be careful. So the Greeks, I still say the Greeks copied the that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the Greeks copied it. The staff with the fucking snake on it for medicine. Hello? You fucking copycats. That's the way I look at it. Mine's better. My religion's better. I don't care. I'm biased. Where was I fucking sharing from? Did I stop sharing? Oh, it's just me. Fuck. Dumbass. All right. So that brought me to now people saw that and somehow or another, where was it at? Empire. No, I'm gonna find it. It is this. Yeah. So people picked up on this. You see notice the stick with the snake on it, Pharmakia. Pharmakia is a word in the Bible. And somehow or another, because I've been seeing this word pharmakia on posts. It's been flipping around. And it has a god pointing on it. It was a weird picture. And it's in a text. There's a text with it. Keeping in mind the Greek definition and uses of pharmakia, it not only depends upon the drug, but the intent of its use from the distributor and user. So somehow the Tool fans went from those two staffs with the snakes on them to this. Some Christians will keep away from drugs of any kind because they don't want to be a part of witchcraft or sorcery. The reason for this thinking stems from the use of the Greek word pharmakia. The purpose of this article is twofold: to inform our brothers and sisters in Christ why some Christians may not take medicines of any kind, to understand the Greek word pharmakia and what Scripture has to say about the matter. Okay then. So why won't some Christians take pharmakia medications, and what is the definition of pharmakia? From Greek, whatever the fuck that word is, or pharmakia, this word is used 3 times in the New Testament of the Holy Bible. The words witchcraft as well as sorceries are used in the scriptures below in place of pharmakia. The translations of the King James Bible used witchcraft and sorceries to fit in the context of these verses, which is why pharmakia became witchcraft and sorceries. These verses are in mind of Christians who will not use medications of any kind as they see them as tools of the devil. Neither repented they of their murders, nor their sorceries, nor their fornication, nor their thefts. Revelations 9:11-21. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants they were the great men of the earth, for by their sorceries were all the nations deceived. Revelations 18:23. Well, you know, I just so happened to have beside me is a Bible. Imagine that. Imagine that. How convenient. Because, I mean, I can sit there and read. I hate it when people, just check out John 16:7. Shut up. I hate it when people do that. Like, no, I want to tell me the context. What's the context? What's the content? How many chapters before? How many chapters after? Then we can go from there. Don't just throw me a fucking verse and tell me. So Babylon is fallen. After these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great authority, and the earth was illuminated with his glory. And he cried out with a mighty voice, saying, Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become dwelling place of demons and prison for every unclean spirit, and a prison of every unclean and hateful bird. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the passion of her immorality, and the kings of the earth have committed acts of immorality with her, and the merchants of the earth have become rich by her wealth and her sensuality. I heard another voice come from heaven say, Come out of her, my people, so that you may not participate in her sins and receive her plagues. For her sins have piled up as high as heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Pay her back, even as she is paid back. Give her back to her double according to her deeds. And the cup which she has mixed twice as much for her. To the degree she glorified herself and lived sensuously, to the same degree give her torment and mourning. For she says in her heart, I sit as a queen, I am not a widow, and I will never see mourning. For this reason, in one day her plagues will come, pestilence and mourning and famine, and she will be burned up with fire, for the Lord God who judges her is strong. And the kings of the earth who committed acts of immorality and lived sensuality with her will weep and lament over her when they see the smoke from her burning, standing at a distance because of the fear of her torment, saying, Woe, woe, the great city Babylon, the strong city, for in 1 hour your judgment has come. And the merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her because no one buys her cargoes anymore, cargoes of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and every kind of citron wood and every article of ivory and every article made from every very costly wood, bronze and iron and marble, and cinnamon and spice and incense and perfume and frankincense and wine and olive oil and fine flour and wheat and cattle and sheep and cargoes of horses and chariots and slaves and human lives. Oh my good Jesus. The fruit, almost slaves there. The fruit you long for is gone from you, and all the things were luxurious and splendid you have passed away from you, and now men will no longer find them. The merchants of these things who became rich from her will stand at a distance because of the fear of her torment, weeping and mourning, saying, Woe, woe, the great city, she who is clothed in the fine linen and purple and scarlet and ordained with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour such great wealth has been laid waste, and every shipmaster and every passenger and sailor, and as many as make their living by the sea stood at a distance, and were crying out as they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like the great city? And they threw dust on their heads and were crying out, weeping and mourning, Woe, woe, the great city in which all who had ships at sea became rich by her wealth. For in 1 hour she has been laid waste. Rejoice over her, O heaven, and you saints and apostles and prophets, because God has pronounced judgment for you against her. Then a strong angel took up a stone like a great millstone and threw it into the sea, saying, So will Babylon, the great city, be thrown down with violence and will not be found any longer. And the sound of the harpists and the musicians and the flute players and the trumpets will not be heard in you any longer. And no craftsman of any craft will be found in you any longer. And the sound of the mill will not be heard in you any longer. And the light of the lamp will not shine in you any longer. And the voice of the bridegroom and the bride will not be heard in you any longer. For your merchants were great men of the earth, because of all the nations were deceived by your sorcery. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and the saints and all who have been slain on the earth. It's chapter 18. Okay. So it's about the great city of Babylon. And how Babylon deceived the world with pharmaceuticals, pharmakia. Now, how does that relate to today? Pharmacia, be deceiving the world with pharmacy, sorceries, witchcraft, medicine, maybe something that goes in a syringe and possibly gets stuck in you and squeezed inside of you. Pharmakia. Yeah. Huh. You don't say. So whoever crafted that, so how do we go with that now? All right. So, okay, I'll buy it. Yeah, fuck, for sure. To fool the world with pharmacies, with pharmaceutical drugs. I mean, this is just the last batch of bullshit that we've had to put up with. This was the biggest one of the bigger ones. If we get any more of the mandates, we'll say, any more mandates come rolling through about certain infections and that you need to get more things to protect you against said infections, then we really need to start pulling these scores to say, where does Am I following the same fucking spider web as I was before? You know, they all kind of lead to one place. Am I gonna run up in the same fucking spot again? And a lot of people, when they talk about the Whore of Babylon, they say it's the Vatican. That's what they say. They say that is the Vatican. 7 heads were 7 hills, and on which the woman sits. That particular woman, the Whore of Babylon, sits on supposedly 7 hills. 7 hills, and the 7 heads are 7 hills on which the woman sits. And everyone says that's Rome. Well, that was Rome. Rome was built on 7 days, so that must be the Vatican. Ships. Did you hear the shit that was coming out of there, though? No. This is a port city. It's a port city. It's got to be. It's got to be a port city, first and foremost. I lean toward it being Israel, myself. That's from the book of Jeremiah. Is Israel, and I'm talking about the state of Israel. Are they responsible? Were they the ones responsible for it? For all the medicine time? That's the question. Are they responsible for medicine time? I don't know. I don't know how that goes. But it's a bad time. Some people think, I've heard people call the states the Great Satan. Where's the 7 heads, though? Well, 7 heads or 7 hills. There's still 7 heads, though. Still 7 nations. It's supposed to be 7 nations, in my opinion. 5 have fallen, 1 is, and 1 is yet to come. Revelations. So those are states. 5 have fallen. That was the 5 prior. 1 is, which was Rome at the time when John was writing. When John wrote Revelations, Nebuchadnezzar was in power. 1 is, and 1 is yet to come. So we'll see. We'll see. It's weird. Like, okay, no, I'll buy that. Yeah, that fits. That fits. Sorcery, witchcraft. And again, though, he was going to go in the article, I'm assuming, about it being, the intent behind giving the pharmaceuticals and what makes it sorcery, what makes it not sorcery. Then you're going to get the good witch, the bad witch, the good sorcerer, the bad sorcerer, which is which. If God gave all the plants and the animals to us to eat for medicine anyway, we're just refining it and extracting it. And, oh, look, this will make you better. Yeah, other stuff will kill you too. And that's where the sorcery and witchcraft comes in when you're doing it for malintent. If you're doing it as a blessing to save someone, I don't see anything wrong with that. If you're using what's naturally made available to us and you're giving it to people to make them better, you're trying to make them better. The intent, it's about the intent. Really, is it not about the intent of the person? Like, I created Advil because it helps with inflammation. Well, it's got some bad side effects. Oh, shit, that sucks too. Yeah. But it does help with inflammation. Yeah. The intent was, I want to help you, as best I can. Oh, shit, there's side effects. Oh, fuck. Poison. Oh, it actually poisons you and kills you. Oh, shit, that sucks. The intent was, I had good intentions. Just turned out shit. Versus those who have bad intentions. Let's try gain and function to try to kill people faster. Like, probably sorcery. All I'm up for sorcery there, for sure. 100%. Oh, Voxer want to make a ton of money, yeah. Sorcery, for sure. Yeah, I'll go with that. Sure. Witchcraft, sorcery. Either word, take your pick. Fine with me. I had no problem with either of them. Works just fine. Works just fine in my book. I think that's it. I think I got through everything I wanted to talk about. I believe I did. I think I did. Got to read some of the Bible. That was nice. I believe that's it. Yes, I got through everything. And I don't have any other talking points for this week. For today, anyway. Not really. Like I said, the channel's doing all right. We're doing good. I think we're doing all right. We're doing good. I hope you're having a good night. I don't know. I'm going to try to get stuff up on Redbubble. I want to make some new shirts and stuff. Getting them up on Redbubble on the store for myself. Just because I can. Like, I got a store. I got my own store. I can make whatever the fuck I want to. I wonder if I could get that picture up there. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Get the picture up there? Maybe. Put that on a shirt. That'd be all right. Well, start designing some shirts and stuff to wear. Might as well. It's good quality. I mean, still, fuck this shirt that I'm wearing. It's still there. Oh, no, I took this one down because I don't like this logo. It's ugly. It turns out like shit. That logo turns out the good plaid, but man, that logo is shit. Fuck, I've had this for years now. Yeah, I still have my screech shirt is still good too. I still the sweaters are good. Yeah, so it's good quality stuff. It's not that expensive. So buy my own stuff, make my own stuff, buy my own stuff. I like that idea. I'm an artist after all. I'm an artist, so I'm gonna fucking start like making art stuff and doing that. Hope you guys are all eating healthy and working out and getting strong and finding your tribe and finding your clique and finding your friends. Do that thing that we do. Grow food. What's the other one? Get your pal. I'm old school dag. I'm not like these newer dags that are out there. This younger generation. Hey, we're old school dags. Oh. That's how it is. Get your pal. So find a friend? No, dumbass. Get your gun license. Oh, shit. All right. I'm new here. Sorry. It was good talking to Julia. I haven't talked to her in a while. It's been a hot minute since I talked to her. So it's nice saying hi to her and stuff. Big shout out to the mom of the chat. She was always the mom, and I always quote her because, like I always tell the story, when I first joined the community, found these two guys dressed in plaid, talking the same way we talk, and they were Canadian. Thank Jesus. Oh, fuck Jesus. Thank Jesus they're Canadian. And all I did was type hi. Like, hi in the chat. See this chat rolling up. So what the fuck's going on over here? Oh, it's a live chat. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, you're talking. Oh, cool. Right on. Nervous Nelly me. Type in hi. Julie was the first one. Oh, hi. How are you? Welcome. What the fuck is going on here? Like, this is wild. This is crazy. Chat was always the place to be. I missed the chat. It's a good time. Always a good time. Always a good time. Back in the D-Life days. D-Life was fun too. When Rage got canned on D-Life, he had 2,000 people in the watching. It was crazy. We were fucking freaking out. We're like, we're at 2,000 people, man. It's fucking wild. The chat was fucking flying. It was so annoying. So annoying. Couldn't read a fucking thing. That's the problem with the chats. When there's too many people, it just like flies. You can't have a conversation at all. It sucks. Anyway, that's the show for tonight. I hope you guys liked it, and I gotta talk to the production manager, and their suggestion is we start rolling music in about, I think they said the first 10 minutes, get a playlist going and have that roll prior to going live. It's an option. Definitely an option. Look into that. I'm gonna look into that because there's a way to do it. I've been slowly creeping back into the programs and figuring out how to I'll have to put an extension on it to transfer it over to YouTube or whatever the fuck I have to do. Anyway, new rabbit hole is the box saga. The box saga. The fuck's the box saga? Do I even want to know? You're gonna send me stuff, aren't you, Taz? You are. I know you are. You're gonna send me things. Things will be sent. Let us rejoice and be glad and give him glory, for the wedding day of the Lamb has come. Wow. It's going to be a wild time. I think we're going to see it the next. Nobody knows the day or the hour, but the elect shall know the season. Oh, fuck the elect. I don't have time. I don't want to get into it. I'll save it for Thursday because I'm seeing some weird shit on Facebook that I needed to talk about, and I'm not sure what I'm seeing, so I have to do a bit more digging. The elect shall know the season. The elect day. We got to go somewhere with that. Anyway, time to go. See you later. Taz, send me that shit, and we'll go from there. Peace out. Dialogue.